Muito bom dia, meus amigos. Hoje, domingo 30 de março de 2025. Agora, pelo horário de Brasília, são 7 horas 8 minutos pelo horário de Brasília. Hoje, especialmente, então, vamos acompanhar aí o teste de voo de um veículo novo, conhecido como Spectrum. E o veículo hoje, então, esse novo veículo, né? Aí da ISAR Aerospace vai ser lançado então aí no dia 30 de hoje, né? 30 de março de 2025, às 7h30 da manhã, pelo horário de Brasília. Lá no local de lançamento, então vai ser no Andøya Spaceport, na Noruega. Então aí mais um foguete europeu, né, que será lançado aí para fazer o teste de voo, né? Mais uma empresa então aí abrindo aí para concorrência, né, de lançamento aí de cargas futuras, né, de satélites e tudo mais. Mas hoje, como é o teste de voo, né, apenas, então aí só tem apenas carga simulada, tá? Lembrando que como é teste de voo, né, como vocês já sabem, tudo que acontecer, então vai ser gravado aí os dados, né, para futuras outros testes, né, como este, que nós vamos acompanhar hoje, tá? Então, lançamento previsto aí para 7h30 da manhã, pelo horário de Brasília. Aí faltando então 20 minutos e 35 segundos para o teste de voo, né? Para o lançamento então, do teste de voo. Então já estamos aí com 1900, quase 1950 inscritos, né? Falta uma inscrição apenas para 1950. Né? Agora pelo horário de Brasília, então são 7 horas e 10 minutos. Né? Estamos aguardando apenas o sinal lá da Noruega, do Andøya Spaceport. A gente poder então acompanhar este teste de voo do Spectrum. Missão Going Full Spectrum da ISAR Aerospace. Então vamos seguir juntos aí acompanhando a extensão de hoje, 30 de março de 2025. Não se esqueça de dar um like na transmissão, de compartilhar. E também, se quiser, também poder fazer doação via Pix, através do QR Code aqui do canal. É só apontar então, a sua câmera para o QR Code. Já já, então, teste de voo do Spectrum. Agora sim, já estamos iniciando então aí o nosso programa especial, então aí com o teste de voo do Spectrum, Missão voo em Full Spectrum, ISAR Aerospace, diretamente então do Andøya Spaceport, na Noruega. Agora pelo horário de Brasília são 7 horas e 15 minutos. Então 14 minutos e 30 segundos para o lançamento. Lembrando que este é um teste de voo.
Flight of ISAR AEROSPACE Spectrum rocket.
Estamos
The
então
mission,
com
named Going Full Spectrum,
então,
is currently in the final stages before flight. Mission control has polled go, and the rocket is fully fueled. I'm Adrian Beil, host for this live stream representing NSF, NASASpaceflight.com, and I'm joined by Juliana from ISAR AEROSPACE, who will be sharing insight throughout the broadcast. Good to have you here, Juliana.
It's great to be here.
And let me, of course, start with the obvious first question. What is ISAR AEROSPACE and what is your mission all about?
ISAR AEROSPACE was founded in 2018. We are the first fully privately funded
Transmissão
in
é o
Europe
nosso
to launch
parceiro, que é o nosso parceiro aí,
vehicle.
NASA Spaceflight.
Our mission is to open
Então aí
space
vai agradecer a
for
NASA
future generations.
Spaceflight,
Why
né,
is that
por estar
important?
aí
Just
ajudando
imagine
na
life
transmissão de
without
hoje aí
GPS
deste
or fast
evento, né, de
communications
teste
or
de voo
internet
do
connections,
Spaceport.
live weather forecasts. With
Obrigado
better
aí
data
pelas
from
naves,
satellites, we can
Spaceflight.
predict floods or storms or wildfires better and even save lives and habitats.
13 minutos.
So our vision is actually to offer independent, reliable, economic and orbit flexible launch capabilities to a wide range of customers, and we aim to do so by scaling and industrializing the production of launch vehicles.
Wonderful. And of course, let me ask you also the question here. What have you done so far at ISAR AEROSPACE?
I have been with the company basically from the beginning. I have been part of I have worked on different parts of the development of our Spectrum launch vehicle. But as of late, I have been a mission manager, which means that I have been working closely with our customers as well as internally with our teams to ensure that all systems are aligned, all interfaces work together, and our mission can be a success.
And let's talk about that mission that is happening today. What is this mission all about, and what would be success for ISAR AEROSPACE today?
I think success is a very broad word to use, I would say. Some people might think that a successful rocket launch only means that we will make it to orbit, but that is not actually the case for us. Being on this mission today, being on the pad right in front of me, behind us, sorry, is already a huge success for us. And especially in today's geopolitical climate, I think this is about much more than just a rocket launch. This is our first test flight. And we will try to gain as much data and experience from this first test flight. This is our last integrated test of our whole launch vehicle as one.
And let's talk about that data a bit more. Why is that data so important for ISAR AEROSPACE going forward?
We follow an iterative approach at ISAR AEROSPACE, which is also called rapid prototyping, where we test early on in our development in order to be faster in improving and then iterating the design. So we design a component, we then build it, we then test it. From that test we gain a lot of data, we analyze it, we learn, we then iterate the design and then improve our designs for the next iteration or the next test. And this is what we're doing here today. So we're really trying to gather as much data as we can. We will try to test every system of this rocket so that we will know for the next iteration of the rocket that we can improve it. And actually, our strength is not only building one rocket that you can see behind us, but actually the serial production of rockets. So rocket 2 and 3 are already in production right now.
That is amazing. Let me also talk about, you have been with this company since the beginning. How are you feeling today on such a day?
It's definitely a broad mixture of feelings. I'm nervous, I'm excited, but most of all, I'm extremely proud. I'm proud to be part of this team, proud to see what we've accomplished over the last 7 years. It's really an incredible feeling.
Absolutely, and there's so many people at ISAR Aerospace who have been working on this and forming this path to launch. Do you mind giving us a bit more about this path to launch here?
Yeah, I mean, the mission is called Going Full Spectrum. We have not only built this launch vehicle, but we have really built the full spectrum behind it. We have built all of the production capabilities, the testing capabilities, as well as the launch site that we can see. Going full spectrum for us means giving everything. We have an hardworking team that is entirely committed to making Spectrum fly.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Spectrum a bit. Your beautiful rocket here. Do you mind sharing a bit of more insight about Spectrum?
Sure. Spectrum is a 2-stage orbital launch vehicle, which is completely manufactured and designed in-house. We have a payload capability of 1,000 kilograms to low Earth orbits and 700 kilograms to sun-synchronous orbits. What is special about Spectrum, I would say, is the use of propellants, which is very unique in this industry. We're actually using liquid oxygen and liquid propane. Also, an interesting fact about Spectrum, we are using linerless carbon fiber tanks for our primary structures.
And do you have any other things that make Spectrum so unique and so perfectly fitting for the missions you designed it for?
Yes, also we use a lot of, state-of-the-art materials. So, for example, all of our engines are more than 80% of our engines are 3D printed. So we can really be super flexible as well, also in the design of our components.
Wonderful. Let's talk a bit about where we are here today. Of course, we are sitting in, a beautiful landscape here. Let's talk about why did you choose Andøya as a launch site for Spectrum?
I don't know if all of our viewers know, but Andøya Spaceport is the Norwegian spaceport and the island of Andøya. It is located at 69 degrees north. We are super far high north here, which means that we are perfectly located to reach sun-synchronous and polar orbits. And we have the advantage here that we can fly directly over open ocean, so we don't have any civilian overflight. And we've chosen also this launch site because our partner here on the island, Andøya Space, they have had experience already with launching suborbital rockets.
Absolutely. Let's talk quickly about the testing that Spectrum so far has conducted here. What were the testing steps that got Spectrum on the path here?
As I mentioned earlier, we are following the rapid prototyping approach, so we really have basically tested each and every component on the rocket already. We start by testing one component by itself, and then once we have understood it, once we've iterated, once we have perfected the component, we basically integrated all the components together. So we started out with super early propulsion testing, and then integrated it stage after stage into the fully integrated engine hot fire testing, for example, that we did in 2023. And just a few weeks ago, actually, we have concluded our final test before we were able to do this first test flight, which was a fully integrated 9-engine hot fire of our first stage.
Wonderful. We have, of course, seen here the engines venting a bit. Do you mind talking us through the final steps here? What will Spectrum do in the final few minutes here before flight?
We have started already cooling down the engines. We call that conditioning. So we try, because we use liquid oxygen and liquid propane, which are cryogenic fluids. So we will reduce the temperature of the engines so that there will not be any temperature gradients once the fluids run through it. This process has already started, and then we will start the auto sequence soon, from which point onwards basically all systems are go, and we are hopefully seeing our Spectrum vehicle lift off behind us.
Quickly ask another question about the auto sequence. Can you quickly describe to me what is exactly an auto sequence?
Auto sequence means that from this point onwards, we don't necessarily have control. Of course, we can still abort, but we don't really interfere with what is happening at the launch vehicle. So the launch vehicle will give us live updates on what is happening, and basically will fulfill its first flight.
With just 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go here, I want to give you here a final opportunity for a last statement before I let you go step outside and watch Spectrum fly.
I want to direct these words directly to our Spectrum on the pad. We are all here rooting for you. Good luck, good luck. We really just want to see you fly.
And with that, I want to, again, give you the chance to step outside and see Spectrum fly. Thanks for being with me here on the broadcast today. We might hear from you later.
Thank you, Adrian.
And with that, we will also start to reduce commentary here a bit and let you also listen in a bit and do the amazing pad sounds before Spectrum will fly in potentially 5 minutes from now.
Pelo horário de Brasília são 7 horas e 25 minutos, né? Vimos aí um pouquinho então sobre o nosso veículo de hoje, né? De 2 estágios, 9 motores, combustível propelante e oxigênio líquido. Também tem componentes aí produzidos por 3D, né? Material de 3D, né? Impressos, né? Em 3D. E agora vamos curtir, né? Aí o teste de voo do Spectrum. Estamos então no Andøya Spaceport, na Noruega. Não se esqueça de estar se inscrevendo no canal, de curtir, compartilhar e, é claro, de se inscrever e deixar então o sininho nas notificações. WillPTV mostrando tudo o que acontece ao redor do mundo e também na Estação Espacial Internacional. 3 minutos e 40 segundos para o lançamento. Vamos ouvir então os ruídos do Spectrum. E não se esqueça, quem puder também ajudar no canal, na contribuição aí via Pix, basta acionar aí sua câmera no seu celular e apontar para o QR Code que está na tela para vocês. Lembrando que hoje esta transmissão é o oferecimento então da NASA Spaceflight, parceiro aí do YouTube. Obrigado então a NASA Spaceflight por mostrando as imagens direto lá do Andøya Spaceport. 2 minutos.
Yeah, under 2 minutes here and Spectrum is being conditioned for flight. Just 2 minutes to go here on the T- clock before Spectrum might launch for the first time. "60 seconds to go here. Spectrum is still counting down to its maiden flight in under a minute from now. T minus 15 seconds. We have engine ignition. And we have liftoff of Spectrum. The vehicle has cleared the tower and is now starting the pitch over maneuver.
Infelizmente, então, aí tivemos falha na hora do lançamento, né? Chegou a lançar, subiu, mas tivemos aí problemas nos motores, provavelmente, uma coisa assim. E ele teve então perda de altitude e caiu. Infelizmente, então tivemos aí perda do veículo.
Let's all remember what we're here for today and what today's
que
outcome
hoje
was.
foi o
The
teste
first
de
ever
voo.
test flight of Spectrum, a launch vehicle ISAR Aerospace has been designed, developed and built almost entirely in-house in less than 7 years. Today was the first integrated test of all systems. Many 100,000 of components were working together for the first time. And this is also how we should approach the outcome. A test that resulted in tons of data that the teams can now evaluate and learn from. Broadcast from Andøya, Norway, on ISAR Aerospace official news channels, on their website and on X. You will soon be able to read about the results of today's test. Thank you for watching.